Okay, all familiar faces. Excellent. All right, everybody. You all know me. I'm Dr. Bruce Steinberg. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so here's the deal. You all came out this evening, and there's a lot of information to cover. As Jen would have saw earlier today, I was actually going through my presentation saying, this is a problem. I had over 99 slides. That's going to take longer than an hour. So during the day, I actually cut this down to about, I don't know, less than 99, let's put it that way. It's hard to discuss nutrition in 1 hour, okay? I don't know what your exact objectives are. I don't know what your goals are, but I hope to give you a couple golden nuggets today, okay? How many folks think that what you put into your body is important? Raise your hand. Yeah, everybody. You better put that hand up. No, I've been talking a lot to you, okay? It's important, okay? How many folks in this room have heard me say getting a proper nervous system is step one, but you also need to think well, eat well, move well. Now, as we go through care, a lot of times people say, all right, how do I eat well? And I kept on saying, well, you know, I gave this presentation last year, and that's when you said, you better give that thing again. So guess what? We're giving the Eat Well presentation again, okay? Now, Hippocrates. I don't know if you guys ever, anybody heard of Hippocrates?
The Hippocratic Oath.
The Hippocratic Oath, yes, the medical doctor, they think that, right? This is a pretty famous saying. Let food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. But back in the day, they used words like thy. I changed it to 2012 English, okay? Let food be thy medicine. Back in the day, did folks actually use food like medicine? Yeah. Do folks still today eat a certain way in order to stay healthy? Yes. It's pretty common in my day for the folks to look at me and say, what do you eat? You're pretty high octane. You seem to have a lot of energy. Well, part of my secret is I'm on purpose. I do what I love what I do. But I also follow a pretty healthy diet. I follow an innate diet. Now, I'm going to go on record right here, right now saying, am I perfect? Absolutely not. Do I eat food sometimes that I should not? Yes, I do. I'm being videotaped. I will say this right now. Every once in a while, I like beer and chicken wings. Okay? But you two don't. Chicken wings, maybe, not beer. Okay? So, let's move forward. Now, how many folks think that a lot of problems nowadays are due to your genes? They're genetic. You don't have to raise your hand. But that's a pretty general conception out in this community, is it not? Check this out. Did you know that almost no change in human genes has occurred in 40,000 years? Less than 0.02%. So here's the question. Why are so many people blaming their DNA? You can't choose your parents, can you? Of course not. You can't change your genes. And that's a whole separate topic we could talk about later on. But what's the solution then?
Change your lifestyle.
Change your lifestyle. You know, I threw this in there. Hangover gene. You know, if you went out and maybe had a few, tied one on, and you're hungover, can you blame that on genetics? No. But we blame a lot of other diseases on genetics, don't we? Okay? You know, it's interesting. Not to get too much into genetics tonight, because actually, remember how I said I had 99 slides? Almost 30 of them were on genetics. There's so much being discussed in genetics right now that it's blowing my mind. Research is confirming what a lot of chiropractors have known for over 100 years. And what do we know for over 100 years? And it's our lifestyle choices. And tonight we're going to spend some time together talking about our diets. All right? So, this slide should look familiar to some of you new practice members, because during what I call my new member orientation, which is a class I give every week discussing about what chiropractic is, I talk about this. And I say, hey, you know what? This would be pretty cool if this was like a spectrum. If there was an arrow here and an arrow here. Would you want to spend more time on this side of the spectrum than on the other side? Would you probably be a little bit healthier if you spent more time on this side? Of course you would. Okay? Step one. Hey man, I'm a chiropractor. Hallelujah. Get adjusted, baby. Get on that table. Turn the power on. Are we designed to move? Yeah. Do we sort of break down faster when we don't move? Yeah. You know, by the way, I'm sorry. I am going to make you sit here for a little bit. So, but you can, if you got to get up and shake your hiney a little bit, go for it. Mary, you shake your hiney. It's all cool. All right. All right. Think well. My God, I could probably give a whole weekend seminar on thinking well, couldn't I? Yeah. I need a bigger office for that one, I think. Eat well. Purity and sufficiency. In other words, should what we eat be pure, and should you have enough of it? So what happens when what we eat is not pure, and what happens if we don't get enough of something? You know, some folks like to ask what I call table talk when we're talking in the adjusting room. They say, well, what should I be eating? You know, my quick response typically is, eat food from God, not food from man. Meaning, eat food that's actually natural, food that actually was grown on the earth, not by some dude in a white suit in a laboratory, because he works for Nabisco. Okay? Because you know what happens when you start to eat more fake foods and put chemicals in your body? Toxicity and deficiency. And I want to get more into that tonight, because I don't want to talk over your heads. That's not my goal. My goal is not to impress you today. My goal is to empower you. My goal is to educate you. Because Diane, what does doctor mean in Latin?
Teacher.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So what's going on nowadays? Well, if you look at nutritional standards, they focus on avoiding disease. Do this so you don't get sick. How about do this so you get healthy? It's sort of a different point of view, is it not? It's a bit more of like a optimist point of view. Changes in food quality. Holy smokes. Has that changed a lot in just one generation? Did you know that all wheat now being grown is genetically modified? And trust me, I don't want to get into that tonight about conspiracy theory and big companies, but did you know the top 5 agricultural companies in this country are chemical companies? Wow. What happened to that food from God thing? What happens when there's companies saying, well, you're not allowed to use those seeds, you got to use ours, because they're genetically modified, man-made. We got a problem. Pollution of air and water, that's pretty obvious. You know, I shared with you, with some of you over the past few months, that last year they were talking about putting cholesterol drugs in our water supply so children wouldn't grow up to have cholesterol issues. Whoa, you want to light a fire under my butt. Try putting a chemical in my kid without my permission. Good luck with that. Who here wants to be healthier? Everybody, right? So it was like, oh man, sign me up! Absolutely. So, check this out. I think you guys would like this. Don't tell me to improve my diet. I ate a carrot once. Nothing happened. How many folks, they asked me what to eat, and I said, well, why don't you try eating some of this? Come back, you're like, you know, I ate that for like a week. I don't feel any different. Okay. It's not enough. But I'll get into, guess what? It's something. It is something. Is smoking half a pack a day better than smoking 1 pack a day? It's still better. All right? Check this out, folks. You are what you eat. Every 35 days, your skin replaces itself. Every 35 days, you have new skin. Your liver takes about a month. Did you know that the cells in your liver, after about 30 days, regenerate themselves? Did you know you have a new skeleton in about 1 year? Whoa. Your body makes these new cells from the food you eat. In other words, if you don't give your body what it needs, can it do its own job properly? No. But your body heals itself. Why do you think I put that above my TV? The power that made the body heals the body. I don't heal you. You guys heal yourself. Look at it right now. I wish I had like a special instrument. We could hear our heartbeats, but they're all going. Are you thinking about that right now? Because your body's controlling it itself. Okay? You have a choice. That's one of the themes of tonight. You have a choice. What you put in your mouth is a choice, right? Say yes. You're smart. All right. So let's get to some topics, and there are a couple little bigger words here, but we're going to break these down a little bit. Glycemic load. Okay, let's start there. Okay, insulin. You guys have heard of insulin, right? Insulin is one of those innate mechanisms that our Creator gave us. Why? Because back in the day, you didn't know when you were going to get that next meal. Because picture you're a cave woman, and you're out there, you got your spear, you're trying to kill an animal, get some food, right? You didn't know when your next meal was coming. That's why when they ate, the body took that food and stored some fat cells to survive. Do we have to hunt our food nowadays, by the way? It's really neat. You can go down the road and there's this thing called a drive-through. And you can speak into a microphone and say, I'll take a number 4, please. And then you drive about 10 feet and then this person hands you a bag of food. You didn't burn many calories, did you? Did you probably put in a few too many? So once again, did the genetics change or did the lifestyle change? Thank you. Did you know excess sugars are stored as saturated fat? How many folks maybe eat some foods that have some sugar in it? How many folks have a rough day, man? And all of a sudden you want that sweet thing. Okay, by the way, I'm not anti-sweet because I'm pro-chocolate, baby. All right? That's a problem, isn't that? Geez, is there a part of the year we have a tendency to move less and eat more sugars, by the way? Oh, the holidays. Interesting. When do people typically put on more weight and get sick faster? But we blame it on the weather? Weird. You want to see how eating the wrong things called sugars makes you sick faster? It weakens your immune system? I know many of you have heard me say time and time again, sugar weakens your immune system. Ready? Here, I get to show you how tonight. Increases your insulin, which does what to your nervous system? It spikes your sympathetics. What's sympathetic? That's fight or flight. That's when you get on edge. You ever eat too much sugar, you get sort of jittery? Okay? When that happens, it increases the stress hormones in your body. Okay, have you ever heard of cortisol? Yeah, cortisol goes up. What happens? You put on fat easier. And you know what? It sort of stinks for you guys, unlike myself and Philip in the back there. Guess which sex puts it on faster because of that? I know, I'm sorry. I know. I'm skinny because I move all day, all right? But that's what lowers your immune system, folks. What you're putting into your mouth stresses your nerves, which stresses your hormones, which makes you sick easier. You know what's interesting? I take care of a lot of children in my practice. And one of the first things I do is I tell the parent, we're going to get the power flowing through the nervous system. After that, take the dairy out, take the sugar out. You know what I'm trying to do? Give that child an opportunity to boost their immune system. If little Joey comes in, and the mom's like, hey, he's got an ear infection. I say, no sugar. Kid's like, why? And I say, because it lowers your immune system. You know what I say to the little kids? I say, don't feed the bugs. You know what happens when you give them dairy, which has a lot of milk sugar in it, and regular sugar? You feed the bugs. What's the purpose of an antibiotic? It's trying to kill the bugs, right? We'll talk about bugs tonight. Probiotics. All right, moving forward. All right. So, what are some of the effects of insulin? Raises LDL. People ask me that all the time. How do I change my LDL? Okay. It causes you to age faster. If I eat more sugar, I want to age faster. Who here wants to feel younger and look younger? Okay. Take the Snickers bar out of your pocket. Walk away. In other words, this will cause you to age faster, folks. Promotes atherosclerosis. Okay. Constricts arteries. Promotes bone breakdown. Wow. You know how some folks like to drink soda? Did you know soda causes osteoporosis? Especially that diet stuff. Okay. The phosphoric acid in the soda takes the phosphorus off your bones. Then you put sugar in that soda, which has a lot of sugar. And if you actually saw how much sugar is in a can of soda, you probably wouldn't drink it. Yet there's folks that take osteoporosis medications, yet don't change their diet. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. Fatty acids. Wow. How many people in this room have heard me say, take your fish oil? Fish oil, fish oil, fish oil. Who should take fish oil?
Everybody.
Everybody. Should children take fish oil?
Yes.
Every day. And I don't even have the time to get into that tonight. There's so much research I could share with you. Everybody better be taking fish oil. Okay? If there's one supplement I had to choose from myself personally, you know what it would be? High quality omega-3 fatty acid, aka fish oil. Want to see why? Omega-3, otherwise known as EPA, DHA, it's nature's anti-inflammatory. What does inflammation cause in the human body?
Arterial disease.
Yeah, it's something called pain. You know how sometimes you folks come in and you're like, oh, I'm sore, oh, my shoulder, everything's sore today. And I'm like, what did you do? Nothing, I didn't do anything. And then what's my next question typically? You've been eating something a little different lately? And you're like, what's that have to do with my pain? This is what it has to do with your pain. If you eat the wrong foods, you can experience more joint pain. Wow. There's the holiday thing again. Remember all those Christmas cookies? And trust me, people, they're great. I love everybody I take care of. They try to kill me during the Christmas season. No, I'm serious. They bring me in, you think they bring me in like an apple or banana, like fruit. No way, man. They bring me like old school, like Italian cookies. There's like a pound of sugar in these things. I'm just like, eating them because they act like little old ladies. They're staring at me, man. Smack me over the head if I don't eat like 5 of them. Right? Omega-6. You may not be as familiar with omega-6s. Omega-6s, trust me, you get plenty of, okay? What does omega-6 cause in the body?
Inflammation.
Yeah. Which one would you probably want to consume more of, by the way? Now check this out. Your ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 should be 2-to-1. The American lifestyle, the diet, is anywhere from 15-to-1 to 22-to-1. In other words, the American diet is extremely pro-inflammatory. If you have chronic inflammation in your body, you're going to have mood issues, you're going to have a weakened immune system, you're going to feel more pain, and you're probably going to be a little depressed. He's talking about me. Time to change how we eat, huh? Absolutely. Okay. No, macronutrients. Check this out. This is so cool. Okay, we're going to go back to the caveman days. You ready? Yeah. Innate diet. Old school, baby. Back in the day versus our diet now. What did they eat a lot more of back in the day than we do now? Protein. Okay. You know what's interesting? Wild meat versus farmed meat. What kind of fish should you eat? Wild caught or farmed raised?
Wild.
Wild. Yet, sometimes there's misconceptions out there. Oh no, I heard it's worse from you. And every time I hear, oh, drives me nuts. Where'd you read it? Give me a copy. I want to read it too. Oh no, my cousin's brother's sister saw it on Oprah. All right. Carbohydrates. Look at this. Fruits and veggies. Where do we get most of our carbohydrates nowadays? Processed grains. Oh, wait a minute. Aren't they all genetically modified, made by man? Wait a minute. Made by man, made by God. Interesting. And you know what? The truth is, do a lot of females eat a lot of carbohydrates as well? I'm not picking on females, by the way, but it is what it is. There's no secret. I take care of more females than males in my practice. You know why? Guess sex is smarter. Okay.
We all knew that.
You know, there's another male in the room, and he sort of had to be here. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have shown up. By the way, that bothers me. You know. Yes, I know I broke the mold. I know I cook, I clean, I do all that good stuff. But how come more guys don't take better care of themselves? See, guys have this tendency to say the 5 most dangerous words. Maybe it will go away. You know, guys, steak, beer. That sounds inflammatory, doesn't it? Yeah, you know what's interesting? And I'll say this to be honest. It's the guys that come in, they're the biggest wimps, man. They're the ones that are like, oh, I'm in bad shape. It's like, no kidding, you're in bad shape. Your wife's been telling you get in here for like the past 5 years. What's the matter with you? All right. Fats. Who here has been told that fat is bad for you? Yeah, we're trained. Fat is bad. Fat is bad. Really?
Depends on what kind.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of fat. You know what's one of my favorite fats of all? Avocados. Man, if I could grow an avocado tree in my backyard, I'd grow like a freaking orchard. I easily buy 3 to 4 avocados a week. You know who loves avocados? My children. What we do? Cut it in half, take the pit out, and you eat it just like that. I ate one last night for dinner with other stuff. Fat's your friend if, like Judy said, it's the right kind of fat. Okay? Fat's my friend. Good. Where do we get a lot of our fats from? Oh, dairy. Sylvia, don't throw an egg at me, man. I'm sorry. Okay. Dairy. How many folks love cheese? I'm not saying like cheese. I'm saying like cue the Barry White music.
Everything tastes better.
Right? Did you know that some research is now saying that it actually has an addictive property in the brain, where you can actually become addicted to cheese? Yeah.
It makes everything taste better.
And guess what? When I tell folks that dairy is inflammatory, you know, and they're like, oh, I don't drink milk. I'm like, okay, so you should be good. You don't eat any dairy? No, I eat cheese. I like cheese. I hear that every day in my office. I don't eat dairy. I don't drink milk. You eat cheese? Yeah, oh, every day, like every 10 minutes.
What about the really low-fat cheese, the 75% stuff?
Is fat the enemy?
Well, I don't know if it's dairy fat,
Is fat the enemy?
not if it's olive oil.
You know, back in the day, dairy had bacteria in it. Remember back in the day, the milkman had to deliver it, but you couldn't really keep it for that long because it had stuff on top? That was bacteria. Is bacteria your friend, the good bacteria?
Yeah.
What cheese is best then? The cheese that actually has like natural bacteria. In other words, like organic. Okay? So, and I'm going to give you guys some references at the end. Okay? I'm going to give you some
How do you
handouts.
get your proper amount of calcium then?
Calcium?
If you're not eating
Oh,
dairy?
hold on, time out. Mothers, brothers, teachers, preachers, principal. You were taught when you were younger, drink your milk! Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Especially dinner. Ew, gross. Calcium, cup for cup, more calcium in broccoli than a cup of milk. Fact.
Good for your vegetables then. Okay.
Knuckles.
Got it.
Okay, acid-base balance. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, now blood and tissue is kept in a narrow pH. pH, okay, obviously when it's low it's acidic, when it's up it's basic, okay? Now, grain, sugars, and dairy increase the body's acidity. Wow, how many times you hear me say, maybe we should go cut the dairy out, cut the wheat out. You're like, why? Does that work as an example? And like this greens first stuff, you know why I added that to my practice? Because you know what it does to that? It changes it the opposite way. It changes the acidity of the body. Geez, that's why some people take that stuff. They're like, hey, like my A class, I feel good. Yeah, it's because you're not as toxic. Okay? Increased acidity causes your body to steal calcium and magnesium from tissue to make blood more alkaline. The innate intelligence of your body is intelligent. Your body knows what it needs to do. The problem, it robs Peter to pay Paul. I don't know if this describes any of you. You go to your medical doctor. You get a blood test. And they say, Mary Jane, calcium looks good. I guess you're good. But meanwhile, you have like osteoporosis, say. Okay? And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. My calcium looks good. You know why? Because it's simple. What you eat, your body assimilates, and it dumps it into the blood. When you get a blood test, your blood looks good, right? That's the same thing with thyroid. The next thing you know, they forget about part 2. It's got to go from your blood into your bones. But if you have a diet that's acidic, what's happening? It's robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's why I tell people, hey, I didn't put you on that drug. I'm not taking you off of it. However, maybe we should change what you're putting into your body, put some good calcium into it, put some good vitamin D into it, maybe get off the dairy, maybe get off some of these other poisons. And what starts to happen? Your bones grow. Why? It's the part of me the body heals the body. Give your body what it needs. Folks, I'm my own worst enemy. Most of you are probably your own worst enemy too. Meaning, you probably put foods into your mouth that is literally causing disease in your body. It's causing your body to get sick and toxic. But that's okay. You're human. So am I. Last I checked. All right. So what happens if you don't have enough calcium? Osteopenia, osteoporosis. The difference between those two, by the way, osteopenia is when there's less bone density on your x-rays. But when you have an actual bone density test, that's how you get diagnosed with osteoporosis. I shoot x-rays on everybody, as you know. If I see decreased bone density, that's when I say, hey, guess what? You have osteopenia. Go to your medical doctor. Let them check your bone density. If you don't have enough magnesium, what can that cause? Muscle cramps and hypertension. Wow. So you can change your diet and actually help muscle cramps? Yeah. That's why I love coconut water. There's one golden nugget. I love Coco Vita coconut water. Why? Because like from a potassium perspective, there's like one little thing of coconut water is like eating 2 bananas potassium. Good example. This past winter, my snow blower wasn't working, and I said, I'll take care of it later. Next thing you know, it's like a foot of snow in my driveway. I got a big old driveway. I'm like, I gotta get out there. And me being the crazy dude that I am, went full throttle. I shoveled the whole thing. I walked inside, and I'm like blacking out, like, whoa. I sort of taxed my system. I reached for the coconut water. I kid you not, like 10 minutes later, I was like, what? Why? I gave my body back what it needed. Did my muscles feel better? Yeah. Let food be thy medicine. I don't take drugs. I take food. Organic food. Okay. Acidity also causes eczema, acne, headaches, inflammation, general aches and pains. Acidity affects your immune system. Dairy weakens your immune system because it makes the body toxic and acidic. All these little kids I take care of, I tell the parents, no more dairy. And at first they're like, and after that, little Joey gets better, they're like, okay, no more dairy.
Does that include yogurt?
Unfortunately, yes. Okay,
Greek
hold on.
yogurt?
You're so smart. Hold on. Okay. Yogurt. Let's take 60 seconds to talk about yogurt. A lot of the yogurt that most people like, full of sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar! Is that good then? No. What yogurt is being known for having the least amount of sugar and the most amount of healthy bacteria? The Greek yogurt. It's higher in protein, okay? The best yogurt is actually plain Jane Greek yogurt. But we like the fruit on the top, right? It's all sugar, folks. Put your own damn fruit in there. Much healthier, okay? Thank you. Bring that up, by the way. Okay? Healthy intestinal flora die off in an acidic environment. Have you heard me talk about probiotics before? What's the purpose? Give the body the healthy bacteria, okay? What kills healthy bacteria in our GI tract? Number 1, diet. You're reading the slide. Number 2, traveling. Do people typically eat healthy while they travel? You ever travel to like the Midwest and you're on airplanes and this and that? It's hard to eat healthy, isn't it? Number 3, medications. Most medications are extremely acidic. Why do you think they say take with food? Nothing to do with absorption. Because it's trying to like not poison the system as fast. It's trying to coat the stomach. It's acidic. And number 4, you guys probably don't do this one at all. Stress. Diet, traveling, medications, stress. You do any 4 of those, you better be taking probiotics. By the way, you probably heard me say I like what I call the core 4. They're the 4 things I think everybody should take every day, and it's what I think because of what I've read others say. Omega-3 fish oil, vitamin D3, probiotic, whole food, multiple vitamin. I take because I'm not perfect. I don't have a perfect diet. So, hey, you want to be like me? Take what I eat. All right? All right. Good. Yes. Look at that, huh? I think I saw one of those at the Washington County Fair. That's the funny thing. I'm pretty sure I did. All right. So, anyways, let's talk about bacteria for a second, just because JC brought them up. Our ancestors took in 1 million times more bacteria than we do now. Literally 1 million. This includes live and dead bacteria, right? I'm pretty sure they didn't have like fridges and and stoves and all that. The normal body has 10 times the amount of bacteria than cells. Think about that for a second, folks. You should have 10 times the amount of bacteria than cells. You're like a big walking, talking bacteria. But do we kill the bacteria in our bodies, including the healthy ones? I want to see everybody's head go like this. Who here likes that antibacterial stuff? There's some people like every 10 minutes. Like, uh-oh, sneeze. You know what they're finding though? That can actually cause disease in the human body. Because you're killing the healthy bacteria. You take medications, kills healthy bacteria. Do you stress out? Thank you for Chris. Thank you for being honest. Thank you. That was rock star status of you. Okay? Yes. Do most folks have enough healthy bacteria in their GI system? No. There's 3 trillion cells in the human body. What's 10 times 3 trillion, Sarah? 30. Good. Exactly. Okay? We need bacteria to stimulate the immune system. Diane, does that make sense now? Yeah. Look, isn't that perfect? See, but I didn't have time in that room as I'm adjusting you guys to tell you all this stuff. That's why you're here tonight. This is why. Probiotics help your immune system. Did you know 1 round of antibiotics takes the GI system 24 months to recover? 1 prescription. I had a kid in the other day. Oh my God. 8 months old, has already had 4 prescriptions of antibiotics. 4 times 24 months is like 8 years. Congratulations, Mrs. Smith. You have a kid that's going to be chronically sick. Prepare for lots of visits to a medical doctor. Oh, wait a minute, you're in a chiropractic office who knows how the human body works. Prepare to heal. Here's another one. By the way, I'll give you the references for all this stuff. Don't believe me. Read the research. And it's medical, not chiropractic research. But I know the pediatricians and I'm sharing this with their patients. 1 round of antibiotics increases the chance of asthma by 50%. How many kids have asthma nowadays?
Yeah, most of them.
We're working on this, superstar. All right? It's like Bon Jovi. We're halfway there. All right? Sandy.
They used to give me the prophylactic antibiotic treatment because I have mitral valve prolapse. I fought it all the time because I would say it would take me months before I felt like my system.
Yeah.
And I was actually told that's not true. That's impossible.
I had a gal come in today, and she was saying how the medical doctor says stress could be causing her condition. You know what I said? Make them prove it. Doesn't that make sense? Prove it! Show me the money. Okay? Anyways. Keep out pathogens, bad bacteria, and produce nutrients. Here's one I bet you guys didn't know. If you don't have enough healthy bacteria, you're going to have a problem with B vitamins and folic acid. Do you know folks that work 3rd shift, that work through the night? First of all, that's going against what we call a circadian rhythm. Because like farmers, they got it perfect, man. They grow their own food. They wake up when the sun comes up. They go down when the sun goes down. That's actually the way it's supposed to be. But it's reality. We got to pay the bills. Some people work 3rd shift. A lot of folks that work 3rd shift, they can never sleep right. They always feel like a robot, fatigued. Because they have a B vitamin issue. Okay? Folic acid you know plenty about. Anyways, keep going. Fiber. Eat more fiber. Take that Metamucil, right? Ugh. Garbage. Such garbage. Causes mucus in the intestines. Anyways. Complex carbs. Complex carbs are needed for cell-to-cell communication. All 3 trillion of those cells have to communicate with each other. Can you imagine that? You guys are like this ecosystem. We have all these cells all in constant communication. It's like a miracle, isn't it? It's like a miracle, isn't it? Who here has seen a baby recently? With a baby. How did you feel when you looked at that baby? Pure love, right? And isn't it hard to look at a baby and not feel pure love and say, what a miracle? I got something to share with you guys. And I don't know if you know this or not. You guys are all once babies. You used to be a baby.
That wasn't yesterday.
Okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're still all miracles. Okay, but you lose faith in that. And you lose all that because the world sucks and it's stressful and we got to pay bills and but you're miracles. I want to remind you of all that. Okay, that's why I want to teach you this, because you know what? I'm not expecting you to all know this. I'll give you this presentation. I'll give you all my notes. You can email me tonight, Facebook me, whatever. I'll probably be up. Yeah, I'm going to go home and pass out probably more likely. But the truth is, take a couple of these things for tonight and make a couple little changes in your lifestyle. You know what's going to happen? You're going to get healthier. Okay? So, the innate diet. Okay? You know, what exactly does that mean? Okay, was anybody hoping to come tonight to like buy into a program or something? Like, were you expecting like, he's going to sell me a diet? I'm not, this isn't a program. It's teaching you how the body works and what you should be putting into your body for health, right? By the way, if you act now, no, I'm just kidding. So, vegetables. The more color, the better. Most of you know that, right? The more vibrant the color, the better for you. The more beta-carotene, antioxidants, the things that kill disease in the body. Okay? You want colorful vegetables. All right? Fruits. Well, the problem with like these two right there, melons and oranges, sugar. Sugar, immune system, got a problem there, right? Okay, animal proteins, lean, free range, grass-fed. You want to try to focus on grass-fed. Why? They're eating grass.
Right.
Ah, makes sense. Organic meats. Why? No antibiotics or hormones. Spend a couple extra dollars if you can. You're worth it, I promise. Just put the Diet Pepsi down. Spend more money on that. See, I let food be my medicine. So instead of spending like, $80 a month on a prescription, I spend an extra $80 a month on healthier food.
What if you don't eat a lot of meat?
Who doesn't eat a lot of meat?
I said, what if you don't?
Well, if you don't, well, then you got to focus on other ways to get protein and other vitamins and minerals. Okay? Eggs, free range and organic. That makes sense, right? And those are dropping in price. Legumes and beans. Now, I don't really want to get into soy tonight because obviously that's a big one. I mean, we could talk for hours on soy and breast cancer and blah, blah, blah. Soy is good for you. The problem, it needs to come from a fermented source. See, miso and tempeh, those are big in other countries, especially in Asia. And guess what? Let's see. No, none of you were at my women's wellness presentation I gave at a church about 6 weeks ago. I got into soy, and they're like, wait a minute. I thought soy is bad if you have breast cancer. Not if you eat the right kind. You know what? Did you know in the Chinese culture, there is no word for hot flash? They don't get hot flashes. Oh, it's that lifestyle thing again, isn't it? Nuts and seeds. Okay, peanuts. Peanuts are a problem. By the way, you know why more kids have peanut allergies now than they did before ever? Mold. Grains. Tone down the grains, folks. Telling you, take grains out of your diet. One of the things I want to do in my spare time is put together a gluten-free challenge where you guys follow me for 30 days. I'll put up a website and a step-by-step, and I'll be your ringleader because, well, I should lead, right? And we take grains out of our diets for 30 days together. And that's when some people are going to be like, oh my God, what do you mean I can't have pasta? Oh, bread. Gluten-free. Gluten-free products, okay? There's one of my favorite brands called Rudy's, by the way. Anybody who's writing stuff down, Rudy's gluten-free bread, will love it. It actually doesn't taste like cardboard. It's good. Okay, and obviously water. It should come from distilled or reverse osmosis, then filtered, then bottled. In other words, there is a difference, okay? Drinking chlorinated water is not exactly great for you. Food prep, all right? You want to eat as much raw as possible. Now, some folks can't handle a lot of raw because, well, you may not want to be around other people. Okay, so maybe start off doing 50-50, 50% raw, 50% steamed, okay? The problem when you start cooking things, it starts to die. There's something called Kirlian photography, and it's awesome science, and actually looks at like life, and it shows like a piece of broccoli raw versus a piece of broccoli microwaved. And you can see how much duller it is because it's not expressing as much life. It's because you're killing it. So maybe don't cook food as much. Like my mom cooks the hell out of food. She's just like steamed. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? So steaks are always well done, all that. So no, I cook. for my mommy. Okay, when I can. Pots and pans. You want to focus on stainless steel, cast iron, ceramic. Teflon, not cool. Teflon, no bueno. It's a chemical. I know it's a hard transition. Try to focus on the stainless steel. I'm human. I still use Teflon once. Eggs. Cooking eggs in stainless steel is a freaking nightmare. Okay? And I'm like the master of flipping eggs, like blindfolded backwards behind my head type thing. But it's tough. It really is tough. Mary, you have a question? You're looking at me funny. Okay, good. Steamed veggies. Avoid microwaves. You know, in Europe, they don't even allow microwaves. Radiation. Anybody? By the way, some folks have microwaves from like 1932. Get rid of them. If you're going to use a microwave, get a new one. They actually leak radiation. Okay? I know a guy who's like 8 foot tall because he used to stand in front of his microwave while his hot dog was cooking. That's a joke. I'm just kidding. Okay. You guys are totally feeding into that one. Oils, juices, and glass containers. Okay, plastic. Have you ever wondered why when you buy bottled water, it has an expiration date on it? Does anybody know why that is?
Is it leeches?
Yeah, the plastic breaks down. It's not the water. The water doesn't expire. It's the plastic. And that's why, you have a plastic water bottle right there. Don't keep reusing it because it breaks down. Okay? So glass is your friend. Focus on glass. So store foods in glass or ceramic containers. You know. Now.
Dr. Bruce, you skipped over wash non-organic produce.
Yeah, washy.
Do you suggest like the washes that they sell? And
I personally don't get into that too much. Are they
Issues.
probably better? Listen. The truth, I don't know enough about them.
Okay.
Plus, some of us have budgets to try to follow. So water's sort of free in some places, except my house. It cost me $10,000 to get water. What a nightmare. Okay. I don't want to talk about that. So I'll become subluxated right here. All right. Toxic food choices. Now, you guys probably know a lot about this, and there's a lot, so I'm going to sort of breeze through them. Fried foods. Duh, right? Hydrogenated fats. Please, at this point, everybody knows hydrogenated and partially hydrogenated is poison. Say yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so if you buy peanut butter because you like peanut butter, don't get the peanut butter that has partially hydrogenated fat in it. Get the stuff that has that oil on top. You gotta mix up a little bit, right? Artificial sweeteners. Everybody say with me, artificial sweeteners are poison, depression. They kill your nerves. They're called endotoxins. There's only one sugar you can have that's not sugar that won't kill you slowly. It's called stevia. Because stevia comes from a plant. They've been using it for like 3,000 years in South America. I use stevia in my coffee. Why? Because I like sweet. I'm human, right? I'm sweet.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, good. Artificial flavors, MSG. Folks, I'm telling you right now, read those labels. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to mask MSG. We know MSG isn't good for us. It's going by different names nowadays. Be careful. Okay, and I do weekly handouts here. Ask me. I stay on top of this stuff. I'm like that nerdy dude at midnight reading all this crap. Why? To educate you folks. All right. Oh boy. Write this one down. Anybody's taking notes. Hydrolyzed or autolyzed vegetable protein. It's a sneaky ninja word. You know what it means? Poison. Yeah. Anybody remember those? What's it called? The chips that come in a container there. Pringles. They had, it wasn't just Pringles, there was other potato chip companies too. They came up with this awesome thing a few years ago. Awesome. Because it was like, it's going to change lives. Everybody can eat potato chips or go to face and stay skinny. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
You know what the problem was? People are pooping their pants uncontrollably. You put a man-made chemical into your body thinking you wouldn't put weight on, you wouldn't put fat on. People got sick because they became toxic. Wow. You can't cheat Mother Nature. Knows best. Don't eat those. By the way, little quick side note. Some folks they want to lose weight, so they take chemicals. You can go to the store and there's this thing called, I think it's called Ally. A-L-L-I.
Yeah.
Everything. This is great. I got curious about it, so I went online. I was reading about it. There's actually a warning on their website that you should wear dark underwear when you take the product. I can't make this crap up. Crap, I know. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, come on, control yourselves. So, food additives, food colorings. By the way, did you know food colorings, the artificial colors, are linked to hyperactivity? If you go down the grocery stores, go down Hannaford, you go down the aisle with all those fruit snacks, the children's food. Oh my God, 90% of them have what in them? Food coloring. Yet little Joey needs drugs. Okay, I'll stop. Oh man, I'll get going on that one. Anyway, I won't go with that. I'll get emotional, man. I'll get me fired up. corn syrup, dairy, as you know, I'm not a huge fan of. Caffeine, okay? Have a little bit of caffeine. Caffeine's not the enemy, okay? Now, if you're the type that drinks like 10 cups a day, maybe not so healthy.
What about cream and coffee? Is there?
Dairy.
I mean, what can you use instead of cream or soy milk?
Sort of no substitute for cream. Because now dairy cream is sort of like,
Chemical.
yeah, it's one of those things. It's tough, Like, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice boss. I buy Jen coffee. I put cream in it, so I'm trying to kill her.
You shake your body like 12 hours to dissipate any caffeine out of your body a day.
Yeah, but you know what? If you drink a cup of coffee, follow it up by a cup of water. We should be drinking a minimum of 64 ounces of water a day. If you have a cup of coffee in the morning, have a cup of water on top of the 64 ounces. Hydrate yourselves. It's funny. People come in for chiropractic care, and they don't realize that the tissue along your spine, the discs and the ligaments, you know what that's mainly made out of? Water. Did you drink any water today? I'm sore! Drink some water!
Yeah.
Anyways, keep going.
Can I
Okay,
ask a question about juices?
Yeah, you skipped over juices. What about
what about them? The sugar. Where's the fiber in juice?
I'm not a coffee drinker, but I like to have orange juice in the morning. But I've heard that orange juice is like the bad one. So is there
I'm not going to see my family tonight, man. Okay, quickly. What they do at these big facilities, they basically take these oranges, and they take oranges from different places, and they sit in a big tank, huge tank. How does it taste fresh and smell fresh and everything if it sits in a big tank? It's reconstituted. They take what they call flavor packs. Each brand has a unique flavor pack. Have you noticed each brand has a sort of a unique flavor to it?
Yeah.
They add the flavor pack back into it.
So is there any juice you would recommend? Is there any
Yeah, take a coconut,
product?
poke it.
Yeah.
I brought back some oranges from Florida and squeezed them, and I have some in my freezer. That's the good stuff, right?
See?
None of that other bottle stuff.
So
either
the truth is, if you want orange juice, go to Mary's house.
either
That's only
V8,
if
V8
they
is
get
no good.
VA.
None of it.
Let me tell you something.
Great.
I invested in myself in February. You know what I did? And most folks probably wouldn't do something like this. Instead of buying a big TV, I bought a big blender. It's called a Vitamix, and it costs a lot. That bad boy was like $350. And I said, who cares? You know why? I was at this convention, and this guy is like, folks, come here, look at this. And he's making all these things. He's giving samples. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. He's taking raw food. He's making stuff. You know what sold me? He made tortilla soup in the blender. And it came out like boiling hot, and he put chips in it and olives. And all, I'm like, okay. And you know what I do? I make a lot of my meals out of this blender now, especially my days off. Some egg white protein, some fresh mango bubble.
What's the name of this blender?
Vitamix. There's a cheaper brand called Ninja, which you'll find at Kohl's. And if you ladies love those 30% Kohl coupon things, because I see that 30%, man, I'm like, we're out of here, let's go. But not everybody's gonna spend that much money on a blender, but maybe focus on the blender a little bit
Oh,
more.
my daughter, the Ninja.
Okay, they're good. Okay, dried fruits, a lot of sugars, maybe not so much. Okay, the soy I already talked about. Shellfish, they're bottom feeders, maybe not so much. All right, on and on. Smoked meats. It's interesting. You look at the red meat, like the pepperoni, things like that. There's a study that came out last year linking them to cancer. You know what's interesting? I go to Hannaford, and I'm very observant. I might shut the chiropractic brain off slightly, so I'm like the ninja. I'm the dude in ripped jeans and a baseball hat, so no one knows who the heck I am. But I look at people. A lot of seniors eat a lot of deli meat. And I don't know if it's that mother's, brother's, teacher's preacher's principle where they always have for years and years, so they keep buying it. And trust me, I go in to get like a half a pound of like nitrate-free turkey for my son for lunch. And meanwhile, Mr. Smith is up there. He's like, I'll take 2 pounds of bologna. I'll take 2 pounds of ham. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? No one ever told him. No one ever told him that causes inflammation in the body. No one ever told him, and he's taking cholesterol drugs, on blood pressure drugs. But I'm the crazy chiropractor, right? I am crazy. And I'm okay with being crazy, because I know the truth.
Why is tilapia and salmon on there? What if you buy?
I was hoping you wouldn't see that one. I was hoping you wouldn't see that
I
one.
go right to Hannaford and buy the
Okay,
the-
this way.
Wild.
Farm.
I buy the wild.
Farm.
Wild
Yeah.
is okay.
Where in nature do fish eat corn? Guess what they feed them on a farm? Thank you. Good. Move. Go. What is the innate diet? Okay, making food and environmental choices that are congruent with nature.
I guess I don't know.
Okay.
Is there wild tilapia?
Is there wild tilapia?
always buy
I don't know.
raw
I try not to
salmon.
buy tilapia, to be honest with you. Does anyone know the answer to that question? I don't.
I think it's
I would assume God made tilapia at one point, yes.
You gotta go to the.
That was a good answer, was it not? Thank you. Yes, survey in the back. Survey says, good answer. Okay. We need to feed our body substances from God. Good. Get it? Shake your heads, yes. Good. Substances that our cells recognize. Remember that, the olestra? Your body doesn't recognize it. You know what the problem with Splenda is? Your body doesn't know what it is. They're like, oh, here's something that tastes like sugar, made from sugar. No, it was made from sugar. They add chlorine to it, and it became a toxin. And your body doesn't know what the heck it is, and it causes an autoimmune reaction. How many people do you know with thyroid issues? How many people you know have been diagnosed left and right with some type of autoimmune disease? Autoimmune means the body doesn't recognize itself. It thinks it's an invader, so what's it do? It attacks it. What if you're gluten intolerant? What if you can't handle wheat and you eat wheat? You know what your body does? It doesn't recognize it. It attacks it. Folks, there's a lot of people. I think it's one of the 3 epidemics happening that no one knows about. I think there's 3 silent epidemics happening. 1, gluten intolerance. Another one, there's people walking around with Lyme disease that don't even know it. Okay? And the third one I don't even get into. I'll start crying. Okay? Anyways. The innate diet's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. Did you get that at this point? Yes? So where's the battle? Hannaford. You know, you get that armor on. You're like, I'm going to stick to the outside. And then you start walking, you look over, oh, Captain Crunch! You know, it's like, don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it! Okay? The innate diet is not designed for any other outcome other than health. Okay? If you put healthy things into your body, health is going to be the outcome. If you put things that are not healthy, what's the outcome? It's so simple, right? What's that?
not healthy.
Not healthy. Yeah, not healthy. Exactly. You're smart. You're great. Okay. This is not designed to lower cholesterol, to lose weight, or whatever. But you know what typically happens when you start to adopt some of these principles? You start to lose a little bit of weight. You start to feel a little bit better. Your cholesterol starts to go down. You know why I love fish oil? Because when someone says, hey, Dr. Bruce, how do I lower my cholesterol? How do I lower my blood pressure? I put my thinking cap on, and I say, what can you put into the human body that it needs that would actually thin out the blood naturally? It is anti-inflammatory. Oh yeah, fish oil. It's one of the things I think everybody should take every day. Okay, fatty acid profile. I already got into this, so I'm going to skip this a little bit. Okay, that's the whole EPA, DHA. My suggestion to you, supplement with it, okay? I carry Innate Choice. There's a liquid. I don't carry the capsules because I carry the Metagenics for that, okay? And I even have different formulas because I look at research and some folks need high DHA because they have like, you know, they're over 65 and they have all these blood pressure issues. So I do have a couple different formulas, okay? And I do have what I personally take in that cabinet because no, I'm not one of those, no. Let's just say I should lead. You know, I talk the talk, but I walk the walk, okay? I'm just sharing with you guys what I do in my own personal life. I look sort of healthy, right? I mean, my hair's starting to recede, and it's stress. You know, but anyway. So bacteria. How do you put more bacteria in your body? Well, put more bacteria in your body. Okay. Don't stress as much. You're probably gonna stress. Put the bacteria in. It's that simple. Take one of those probiotic every day. Each capsule has 15 billion bacteria. Imagine that 15 little bacteria, 15 million in a little capsule. Sounds gross, doesn't it? But it's good for you. It's real good for you. When do I take more probiotic? During the holidays. Why? Because those little old Italian ladies that come in and try to kill me. All right, I do. That's why I keep I put the food right in there. I go, hey, I pop a probiotic. All right. Anyways, baby steps. Let me tell you something, folks. How many folks here have tried an actual diet program and they crashed and burned? And there's folks that do well. They'll lose like 30 pounds. A year later, back on. You need to make small changes. Real small changes. Maybe start taking a supplement. Maybe stop buying a certain dairy product. Little bit. You know what starts to happen? You start to feel better. And boy, you know what the God's honest truth is? Nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. And the minute you start to have more energy, you start to become better wives, better daughters. There's an L word which I won't say because there's 2 kids in the room. Yeah. Seriously. This is a big deal. This changes mood. Let me share with you a quick study that I read a couple months ago. They looked at Harvard medical students. lot of stress, right? Medical school. You know what they found? The students who had lower bacterial loads in their bodies were more likely to have depression and suicidal thoughts. Bacteria in your body, when you don't have enough, can lead to depression. I'll show you the research. Wow. Here, take this drug. Not when nature has a solution. Dr. Chestnut, love this quote. A salad and a donut is more pure, sufficient choice than a donut alone. Okay. Meaning, some of you are going to eat some of these things I said maybe are a little toxic. I'm not saying don't eat it. I sort of am. But I'm saying maybe put some of this good stuff in. You know, maybe if you're not a broccoli eater, start eating some broccoli. What about asparagus? That's another super vegetable. Maybe start doing some of that. Or maybe if you just don't like capsules, take some of this green first, which has all that veggies in it. Do something. You know what happens? You produce health. Because when you look at the human body, and this is all fact, the body can't be in growth mode and breakdown mode at the same time. You know what happens when you stay in breakdown mode? You start breaking down. You know what happens when you start doing things lifestyle-wise that put you into growth mode? You start healing. Which is why I recommend get adjusted, think well, eat well, move well. You see why I want everybody in my office? You know what the truth is? Some of you have been with me since 2008. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Jane. Okay. Hi. You know what's cool about that? What I now see in 1 day is what I used to see in 1 week, patient volume-wise. This practice is growing, folks. And it's not because I'm selling myself, it's because I'm trying to sell the truth that the body is a self-healing, self-regulating organism. You know what's the cool part? I tell people, we're all drinking the same Kool-Aid now. In other words, you start telling others. You start telling, hey, you know what? I want to get my sister in here. I want to get my friend in here. I want to get my daughter in here. And they start getting healthier. You know what's going to happen to this community if I keep up at this rate? Healthier community. Whoa. Rockstar. Okay, so some folks say, what about organic, doc? I don't have enough money to buy everything organic. Okay, that makes sense. Here's a list, if you could see it, of maybe 15 things you don't have to buy organic. In other words, the least amount of pesticide is used in the agricultural industry. Onions, corn, pineapples, avocado, yummy. Asparagus, peas, mangoes, eggplant, cantaloupe, kiwi, cabbage, watermelon, sweet potatoes, grapefruit, and mushrooms. Most of these have a hard outer shell to them. That's part of the secret. So even if they spray it, you take the shell off, right? Like a banana.
Right.
Banana, you peel that thing off. Mushrooms, that's interesting. They don't peel anything off, but they don't use many pesticides. So, and if you guys want that list, I'll give it to you. I'll give you whatever you want. Okay? Okay. Innate diet and nutrition. What it basically means is you're meeting the genetic requirement of the human body and not a diet suggested by the food companies. How many folks used to follow that food pyramid? Remember, eat a little bit of this. You remember what you were supposed to eat the most of?
11 servings of grains and bread. Right.
What has happened to obesity in this country?
Yeah.
Right up there.
You know who's affecting the most, by the way?
Children, kids.
Remember how I said they want to put cholesterol drugs in the water supply? Lifestyle. Okay? I don't want to grow up and be 95 years old and have kids that are not living as long as I am. Because you know what's actually happening? For the first time ever in history, they're expecting kids to have a lower life expectancy than the parents. Autism is now 1 in 88. What we're doing is not working. That's why I have a problem with a lot of these medical doctors telling people not to come see me. I'm spreading knowledge. I'm just sharing with you what I know. Because you know what the truth is? I know a lot of these medical doctors, they mean well. They're not teaching their patients how to live a healthier lifestyle. They come in, how you doing? Great, no symptoms. Great, I'll see you back in a month. Let's check your meds. You're doing this, good. Okay. A little bit less of this, a little bit more of that, a little bit less of this. It's like they're freaking chemists, magicians. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. How do you know how much this affects that? They don't. I believe our creator was intelligent. I believe I have everything I need. So maybe I should give my body what it needs. Healthy nervous system, proper food. I should move a little bit. And I should take control of this brain of mine and produce health in the body. Who's with me? Yeah! Drink the Kool-Aid, people. All right. In order to adopt the health...
That reference.
It so is, isn't it? Okay, how about jungle juice? Jungle juice, is that better? Okay. I gotta make it fun. Listen, it's late at night. I've been going for probably 96 hours straight. Who knows? Not me. In order to adopt a healthier, more innate diet, it is a good idea to make gradual changes. Okay, I'm not gonna say that anymore. You guys get that? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So nutritional sufficiency and purity. Remember the original slide where sufficiency, purity, toxicity, deficiency? You need that. Okay, am I talking over your heads when I say that, by the way? No, good, we got it. Excellent. Deficiency and toxicity are fundamental causes for illness. Yes, yes. Okay, see, this is easy, man. This is great. So what's the main goal? Move your cells towards homeostasis. Anybody knows what that word means? Homeostasis?
Balance.
Balance, yeah. Homeo means same, stasis means it's... I hate that word. You know what I like? Homeodynamic. You know what dynamic means? It's always shifting. You know what the truth is? Are you the same person now than you were like 10 minutes ago? No, things are changing. You know, technically you're 10 minutes older now than you were 10 minutes ago. Okay? The body is never stopping. In other words, can you go take a membership out at the gym and then a month from now say, I'm in shape? No. You're supposed to keep going. When should you stop eating healthy food? When should you stop stressing?
Always.
I got you! I got you. Good. You guys you stay with me. Okay. When should you stop taking care of your nervous system, by the way?
Never.
I love when you guys teach me. So, now, I'm obviously, it's getting late in the evening. Can I run through this with you guys? I'd like to share this with you. Okay. Anybody here like plants? You like plants? Plants? Okay. Ready? You guys, you're going to get this. All right? You have all these plants, right? They're dying. They're wilting. They're dying. Okay. Would you start pulling stuff off and give them drugs? Is that your first instinct? Like start taking things off and giving the drugs? I have a toolbox. In my toolbox, I have all these techniques and nutrition. And then a medical doctor has a toolbox. And what's in their toolbox? Okay, so let's go back to this plant for a moment. All right? Your first thing is thinking, maybe I should put it in direct sunlight. It's not getting any sun. Plants need sun. So let's say it was in the shade. It's not getting sun. You put it in the sun. Does the plant automatically come back to life?
No.
Every single time?
No.
No. So it needs more than sunlight. You're in school all day, I know. They're trying to put you in this little box. Anyways. So, if you're doing a study, and you said that you put it in the sun, but the sun didn't heal the plant, you know what the conclusion of that study would be? That sunlight made it worse. You need to understand research. I'm not expecting you to. Let me be the crazy dude who studies research. What you folks don't know, in undergrad, I actually performed my first research study. I studied how to study research. I know how to break down research. And a lot of the research is crap. They're lies. Okay, one quick example, cholesterol drugs. They look at pilot studies. You know what they do? Did you know that they can keep repeating the study as many times as they want? They can repeat a study 100 times, and that one outcome, when it lowers cholesterol, you know what they're going to say? It's been found to reduce cholesterol. But you didn't know about the rest of that 99 time, did you? Okay, let's go back to that plant. What if that plant didn't have any water? Would it make sense to, put that plant in the sun and then give it water and everything? Yeah, right? Okay, so let's give all the plants water and put them in the sun. Makes sense, you're smart. Does every single plant get better when you put it in the sun and give it water though? Some of them. Your study concludes that water and sunlight has no beneficial effect on plants. Doesn't make sense, does it? How many of you in this room have been told that there's no need to take vitamins?
Heard it over the years.
Was your initial response to shake your head and say, huh? Does it make sense? I know medical doctors in town, and I hate when this gets back to me because it irks me. They say, no, you don't need to take that. Don't take calcium. Take Boniva. Oh, okay. Your jaw will fall off your face and your leg might collapse and your vertebrae might collapse. Those are the 3 most common side effects of Boniva and those other bone drugs, which we can talk more about if you want. But don't take calcium, something found in nature. Wow, I'm a quack. All right. Now, let's add some nutrients to the soil. Now, you have a plant that's well fed, well watered, and basking in the sun all day. It's gonna live now, right? Not every single one of them. Your study will be quoted as evidence that water, sunlight, and food is no good for plants. This is how I'm just trying to make it easy to understand. In other words, every case is not genetic. Your DNA is not your destiny. Fact. What is the main thing driving care? How you heal? Remember the L word? Research shows it's 20% this, 80%
Lifestyle.
move well, eat well, think well. That's what I'm trying to give you guys. I'm trying to give you resources to move well, think well, eat well. That's the whole purpose of tonight, to say, hey, guess what? Just because your mother had it and your grandmother had it doesn't mean you got to have it. Okay? So, you get that? If you studied genetics of the sick plants, you would see that different genes being expressed in sick plants than healthy ones. So that's the problem right there. This is where you need to focus everything on, the on-off switch. We have all of you in this room. You're all females. Let's say all but one of you has the DNA for breast cancer. Will all of you get breast cancer? No. But you all have the gene for it. Something turns it on or off like a light switch. And what is it? Once again, with an L? That's why, it's tough. People ask me to donate to this cause and this cause and that cause. My first thing is, where's that money going to? Is it going to cause? Is it going to lifestyle? Is it going to prevention? Or is it looking for a cure? Prevention. I want all of you to take action. Prevention. Not early detection. That's important. But what I think we need to maybe focus on more that no one is doing? Prevention. Is that crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that? Cool. I am crazy. We talk about I'm crazy. I'm a different kind of crazy.
But
Okay.
you're a good crazy.
Amen, sister. All right. I don't want to get into all this. But I want to focus on the bold right here. Did you know that when you don't stress out your body more than you should, according to this book, it's called the Bible, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, you should live to 120 in good health. Not just live to 120, hooked up to a machine in a hospital, but you should live to 120 in good health. Are we breaking down faster than we should be? Because of what again?
Lifestyle.
Have genes changed in 40,000 years? What has changed in that time frame? Wow, man. We're all drinking the jungle juice now. All right, supplements. Okay. Do I consider supplements for food? Never. What you should get from food. I think there's only one thing you should get from a supplement rather than food. You know what it is? Fish oil. You know why? Remember the omega-3 ratio? 2 to 1? In order to get enough omega-3 in your body, the amount of wild fish you would need to eat, you would be toxic for mercury. Why do I like the supplements? What do they actually do to the mercury? They distill it. They take the mercury as much as possible out of the equation. You're actually better off getting it from a supplement. Everything else should come from your food. That make sense? Cool. Okay. So me, obviously I deal with some companies. Some of you folks know I deal with a company called Standard Process. The reason I like Standard Process, all their supplements are whole food based. They grow things organically at their facility. It's from food. In other words, food, God, not from some dude in the white hat spraying chemicals. Unhealthy sources of supplements, okay? Things that have a lot of sugar, things that you don't really digest well. Centrum, woman's one a day. Flintstones, oh my gosh. I had a couple people in the past couple of years, they had hyperbaric surgery, lost a lot of weight. You know what their medical doctors tell them to take for a vitamin? Chewable Flintstones. I think it was like 3 months ago, to my front desk. Always look down at that desk. If I see something cool, I always tape it on there. It was the ingredient list of Flintstone vitamins. Artificial color, artificial sugar, artificial this. I'm like, this isn't healthy. How come people think it's healthy? Because no one ever told them it wasn't. Okay? Centrum. You ever notice those things? Suckers are they're like this big. I'm a little dramatic. You know why? They put so much and that percentage is so high because you don't absorb it. You ever notice you take that and 20 minutes later, wow, yellow toilet. Bright yellow toilet. Because your whole food supplements, you take less of because your body absorbs it faster because it's made from food. Okay? Most of us do not have the time or desire to meet the amount of raw veggies required to meet that vitamin, right? So, we can't. We're busy. I'm busy. I'm flying off. I have 24 hours in a day. It sucks. I hate it. I wish I had 80 because I would do more and teach more and everything more. I don't have time to get all my own food. I don't have time to grow my own food. I go to farmers markets. I go to these health food stores. Why? I pay other people to help me out. Okay? We're lucky, folks. We have farmers markets everywhere. Glens Falls, Saratoga, Warrensburg, Hudson Falls. Support these folks. Why? They're growing your medicine. How cool is that? Are they pharmacists though? Anyways, what to do? What do we do? I'm giving this to you as a handout, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to blast through this because it's getting late. Eat fresh food, not industrial food. You guys get that. So, eat what God gave you type of thing. Eat raw veggies with every meal. There's one thing you should be eating at every single meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What's it called? A vegetable. Vegetables for breakfast. What the heck? Yeah, omelets? Put veggies in your omelets? I eat eggs every single day. Every single day. He has a lot of energy. Maybe I should start eating some eggs. Vegetables should make up to 70% of your meals. Oh my gosh. Did you know that? You should eat more vegetables? What should you eat more of? Wow, it's like we're training these kids. It's great. Okay. Drink nothing other than clean water. Wait a minute. What do you mean? Water. What should you have with dinner tonight? Water. What should you have with breakfast? Water, water, water. That bothers some of you, doesn't it? I know some of you in this room drink water all the time, every day, all day. By the way, if water bores you, little secret, stevia, the natural sugar, they make these liquid drops. They have them at Hannaford. Online, there's actually more variety. You take about 8 of those drops. Doot, 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 doot. That's the actual noise it makes when you do that, by the way. And you have sweet flavored water. You buy orange drops, it tastes like sweet orange. They have lemon drop, it tastes like sweet lemons.
You just squeeze a lemon in there?
I could, but I'm busy. Plus, lemon's not sweet. All right, I want sweet sometimes. All right, take small bites, chew it up. You know that. I'm not your mother. You know that.
What was it about don't drink with your meal? That was interesting.
That what guys go back.
Okay, that has to do with the pH. Because what does water actually do? It can actually change your pH. Did you know there's actually a diagnosis, a disease, where you can actually drink yourself into a coma? None of you ever will, by the way. This is for the folks that are mentally not stable. They'll actually stick their head in the toilet and drink till they pass out. Little background. Back before I became a chiropractor, I actually worked at an ARC type home. When I was in high school and in college, I worked with mentally handicapped individuals. People who didn't function 100%. I actually had a dude that I worked with. He had a condition called polydipsia. He actually drank himself into a coma twice. Because he drank so much water, it changed the pH of his body. Isn't that crazy? But none of you ever will. I mean, the amount you'd have to drink is like ungodly. That's why. Me personally, this is me personally, I don't like drinking while I eat. I'm one of those I drink afterwards. Water, not Sam Adams. Water. Okay, slow cook your meals. I love crock pot. I am the crock pot king. You know why? You put the stuff in, you put it on, you're like, later, see you in 6 hours, baby. How easy is that? You think I have a lot of time on my hands? You think I just, stare at my nails? And, No. I like easy, folks. I love things that are easy. Crock pot. If you don't have a crock pot, go get a crock pot. If you don't have a blender, go get a blender. Okay? There's tools. Go buy them. All right? Eat at home. Pack your lunches. Lately I've been packing a ton of my lunch, It's hard to get a quick meal out in the community. I like going to the salad bars at Hannaford and Price Chopper. Get your vegetables and fruit there, right? Do you have to go to Burger King to get lunch? No. Go to the grocery stores. Make it awesome. Get the right tools. I don't know what else to say about that. You guys get that, right? Got it. Good. All right. Enjoy your meals, okay? I am not perfect. I am human. If I have one flaw, I know I eat too quickly. Today I had like about a 10-minute window. I had about that much food to put in my stomach. No, I like quick meals, okay? Eat frequent small meals. You guys know that already. Thursdays, when I'm not here at the office, I eat every 2 hours, man. My kids are looking at me like, man, how the heck's Daddy so skinny? I eat a lot. If you eat the right foods, you can eat a lot of food. If you eat the wrong food, those are the top 3 places females put on fat. Here, here, here. I learned that because I was an exercise physiologist in undergrad. Okay, don't shop hungry. Huge. Don't go to the grocery store hungry. Because you know what happens? Yeah. You start to see certain things. And you're just like, because your first instinct, how many of you, raise your hand, buy something because you're hungry, and as you're putting your bags in your car, you sort of open it up. Am I the only one? You know what I have a tendency to do? After church, we like to go to Hannaford, right? Or in Glens Falls. I like to get the pre-cut mango. And as my kids are getting in the seats, I look over and I unzip that thing. I like these things called Laura bars, Larabar. They're whole food bars. They're tricky. You know why? They have catchy names like peanut butter chocolate. And you're like, ooh. Cookie dough. They're all raw food. It tastes amazing. And you don't even have to buy it by the little bar. You can buy them by the box.
Do they have them like in the health food section like in Hannaford?
How do you spell it?
Yes, Larabar. Laura Bar. Yes, they have them in the health food section. By the way, if that's the health food section, what's the rest of the store? Okay, no, Laura Bar. I love them. They're my favorite. The peanut butter chocolate. You want to be my friend? Give me a peanut butter chocolate bar, okay? I walk by the store, walk my car, go, oh my god. I sort of do it. That's the funny part. Okay, so you guys get that, all right? Don't judge your dietary choices based on the food guide, your neighbor, your coworker. You know, that's why some folks that are nutritionists, they're being taught by the FDA. I don't trust the FDA. They're sort of owned by like drug companies type of thing. Eat 11 servings of grains. No, don't follow that. Okay, never feel guilty, folks. Don't. You know, there's folks that feel guilty because they ate a certain thing. We have actual diseases people have. You know what? Chicken wings. I want a chicken wing sometime. It's okay. It's totally okay. You know what? Don't beat yourself up. Last I checked, tomorrow's a new day. And guess what? If I have a naughty meal, next day I'm having a big old salad. Big old salad. Lots of water. It's okay. Keep going. Say, 4-step process. Recipes. Okay. Now, I'm going to be giving some recipes out tonight. Not a lot, because I'm not Chef Bruce type of thing. I am sort of a good cook, though, just so you know. Okay. Recipes. I'm not going to cover that. Okay. Innate diet, power breakfast. Okay. Don't write this down. I'm going to give you a copy of this before you leave out the door. Okay. You take some oats, take some seeds, you take some of the frozen stuff, because sometimes I don't have time to get the fresh stuff. Get the frozen stuff. All right. Put all that in a blender. Boom. There's that Vitamix or Ninja. Boom. There's your breakfast. Who here, don't raise your hand, say, I don't have time for breakfast. You don't have 60 seconds to put that in a blender or put it in a cup, walk out the door with it? Yes, you do. Excuses are like belly buttons. Everybody has one. All right. All right. Cool. A Vitality smoothie. Oh man, smoothie. It just sounds good. All right. Lactose-free protein. I personally use an egg white protein powder. Reason being, whey kicks my butt. Dairy, I don't do well with dairy. I might like dairy. Dairy does not like me. It's like this crazy relationship with like an ex. My ex is dairy. I don't consume dairy, but she keeps coming back looking for me. Okay. So you read it, you got it, right? Don't use ice cream. By the way, sherbet has milk in it. Did you guys know that? Sherbet has milk. Some folks think because it's like rainbow pink and rainbow orange and lime green. It has milk in it. Okay. One of my other secrets, because I like to expose myself on extra time like this. There's a place in downtown Saratoga on Broadway called Johnny's. Great family-owned place. They have my personal favorite. Oh my God. They have strawberry milkshakes. Here's the cool part: dairy-free ice cream, and they use coconut milk for the milk. Sign me up. I bought one last time. They come this big. I left it on the counter. The problem was when I came back, there was this much left. Because what I left next to the counter was a 2-year-old girl. My daughter drank the whole damn thing. But I love her, so that's okay. Now, that big salad. This, we used to call this something else, but due to children being in the room, we don't call it anymore. It was actually called the B.A. salad, and we won't call that anymore. Okay, do any of you in this room have a meal, and it's a big bowl, and everything is in that bowl? It's like an entire salad with everything in it. Do any of you do that?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, start doing it. You get a big bowl, big bowl, and you put lots of leafy greens in it, and you put all this stuff in it, and then you get that bowl and you go to town. Imagine a family of 4, and everybody has a bowl, and they're all eating all these greens and protein. Doesn't that sound healthy? Folks, change what you've been taught. Mothers, brothers, teachers, preachers. My brother did it. My preacher told me to do it. That's why I was brought up. Who cares? Change it to what your chiropractor does. Okay? Here's a recipe for veggie dressing. All right, let you read it, but I'm going to give you a copy of all that. Okay? Cool, right? Doesn't it look healthy, by the way? Mm-hmm. Colorful? Remember colorful veggies? Good. All right. Local food. I already talked about the farmers markets. A family that I actually personally take care of here in this office, they're getting ready to go public. They're selling grass-fed beef. I saw the prices. I said, you better hike your prices up. They're undercharging, big time. Okay? I tried their meat. It's amazing. I tried their ground beef. It tastes like no other ground beef I've ever had. I'm a big fan. They're a beautiful family. Fioriti Farms, if you want information afterwards, they told me that I can give you the phone number. Okay? Pure and Simple, that's the store here in Glens Falls. They have a lot of the stuff that I'm speaking of. Four Seasons in Saratoga, they have a lot of stuff as well. Seek these folks out, support them. They've been doing it for decades. You know, they knew all about this before it was cool and trendy. All right. So to wrap things up, There's a few slides here. Some truths. Your body's made up of cells, right? These cells work together. It's called an ecosystem. Did you learn about an ecosystem in school? Okay, cool. You are an ecosystem. Think of your body like a system. Meaning, that system is either toxic or it's pure. So what you put into it, thought-wise, movement-wise, and food-wise, is either toxic or pure. You get that? Good. Okay? Meaning, when this system is healthy, you have balance. The problem is, our cells never dysfunction without this. Think well, eat well, move well. What are the 3 types of stress? Emotional, mental, chemical. What causes our cells to change? Stress. Folks, this is how you get healthy in my office. The more of this you do, and eliminate these stress-wise, the faster you're going to get healthier. The better you get health. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I really don't. It's that simple. You get that? Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, simple, right?